Welcome to Board Ghost, a story broadcast with games as the engine.
If living is a highway, then heaven is a bus stop. Been waiting for a minute there, but has it been forever?
We believe you're out there, hungry for stories for shared experiences. We can't see you, can't hear you, yet we will play for you. This night's offering is Fiasco. To learn how we generate our story using the game of Fiasco, go check out our Fiasco rules primer. Our humble players for this game of Fiasco, myself, John Holt, with me,
Ken Breese.
Tiffany Cook, how's it going?
D. Gailey.
Welcome back, Tiffany and Dee.
Yeah.
Playset we're going to be playing is the Big Anime Con. It is a fan-submitted one. We're going to be using the Fiasco mobile app that our friend of the show, Tim Rodriguez coded. So it is the official Fiasco mobile app. Go pick it up. It is a good supplement for your rules. The score for the Big Anime Con. Basically, it's an anime convention.
Anime Con.
So the score is we're going to be at a big anime convention.
You all know what that means.
So we've rolled our dice. We'll go ahead and generate our grid. All right, so we've generated our grid and we've generated our characters. Why don't I run through the grid real quick and then we'll go through our characters. So between Tiffany and Ken, we have a close relationship. Siblings who tend to fight, but both like anime. And a location, a hotel, a suite. And between Ken and myself, we have an otaku bonding relationship, Drunken Revelers, and a shared need to get laid with a hot cosplayer. Sounds very bro-y. Between Dee and myself, we have a club project relationship. We are tabletop gaming groups. We're a part of a tabletop gaming group. And there is a rarity that defines our relationship, a prohibited weapon. Between Dee and Tiffany, there is a networking relationship. They have a business venture. And they also have the need to have fun at someone else's expense. All right, so that is our grid. And why don't we start off with Ken for what our characters are all about.
Yay. I am playing the older brother in the sibling relationship. My character's name is Max Spike Greenfield. He goes by Spike because that's the person he cosplays as. He's a classic cosplayer because he cosplays as Spike Spiegel from the classic anime Cowboy Bebop. And so he's very much into that sort of vibe. He has really sort of shaggy, crazy anime hair. I think it's probably a wig that he's wearing. He's also in like this sort of like suit, like a beat up suit with like a tie. These sort of really big cartoonish shoes that he wears as well. They almost look like big clogs that he's wearing. They're just really big. And then he actually carries around a fake pistol as well in his sort of shoulder holster. And that is what Spike normally dresses like, even just regularly on most days. That's what he's dressing up like. He lives the Spike Spiegel lifestyle. Personally, though, I think the Greenfields come from money, a lot of money. They're both into anime. They also have been able to score a sweet fucking penthouse suite. Spike is looking forward to Anime Con. What are we calling this con? We'll figure that out. Happening. So that's my character. How about you, John?
So I am playing Nicolas Cage. He is a
just got it
24-year-old. Let's see, like he's on his 6th or 7th year of his bachelor's degree at the local college. Been part of and now is one of the heads of like an anime club at the school. So kind of knows the guys who've been putting on this convention for a while.
He's doing his thesis on anime.
Yeah, he's got like one of his thesis. Well, it's a bachelor's degree.
Yeah, well, he's doing at least 3 majors. Right?
He's definitely writing a couple books about it or something. So he also runs a tabletop gaming group. That's how he knows Dee's character. His character of choice for the past few years has been he's a very like tall, skinny guy, and he puts on like a wig and like some foundation to cover his like adult acne, and it's like a schoolboy uniform. It's a little bit too small, so it's like tight, and he just tries to look like as skinny as possible, but it's also like very clearly from a yaoi like boy love comic. And so that's his like way in with the girls. That's his like secret to success, is that these younger girls like androgynous males who are non-threatening because they may have like they espouse not a typical sexuality or whatever. And so that's it makes it
hyper-masculine sexuality.
Right, which also makes it interesting to them. So that's his like his in.
That's his game.
Yeah,
that's his game.
That's his like red pill garbage society thing to do.
He's a proto-red pillar.
He's a garbage man.
He's a garbage man. He's
I don't know.
He's a garbage
We'll
person.
determine this. The story will determine how much of a garbage person this guy is.
Oh, awesome.
But that's the long and short for old Nicolas Cage.
Kagan.
And I am playing Misty Marshall. Her general age known to people is she's 19. But she's actually quite a bit older than that. She is a bit of an Instagram cosplayer. Secretly not a fan of anime. She's more into her like tabletop, old school D&D style tabletop gaming. But this is how she makes her money. Besides her like not very lucrative cam site that she participates in, she tries to pick up all the followers, and she's known as Misty because her kind of cosplay of choice that she's known for at these conventions is Misty from Pokemon.
So I'm playing Katie Greenfield, the younger sister of Spike, and she cosplays for fun and for work, secretly interested in developing a game, and she is currently working for this new show, Zombie Moon, that's coming out, so, cross between, like, zombies and Sailor Moon-esque kind of thing going on. So she's currently wearing this, like, zombie chick outfit. She kind of enjoys, like, showing off her cleavage and, like, making sure that, like, she gets to have, like, all the fun with all of the, like, random folks coming by their booth. More than anything, she's, like, kind of, like, feeling out the crowd to find other people right now to, kind of network with and get to know.
So those are our characters. We've gone through our grid. Let's roll right into our story. Ken, why don't you take it away?
This first scene is as Katie and as Spike are arriving at the penthouse suite that they have rented for the weekend. It's Thursday morning, and we've just gotten in from a flight. We have our luggage with us, and the door is basically opening. And we're seeing everything. There is a bellhop with us there as well. I'm in my sort of like lesser Spike outfit, like not the full-on cosplay, but it evokes it. It's very evocative of the Spike cosplay. And my hair is always in the Spike fashion, and I sort of look like him. So it's just like a thing. I'm looking at you, and I give you a big smile and a thumbs up as I'm like, this is going to be so good. Oh, it's going to be so
So I come, like, bopping in with, like, my luggage, and I've got my pink pigtails, and I'm like, this is going to be awesome, Spike. Are you excited? Because I'm super stoked.
Oh, it's going to be good. Dibs on the master bedroom.
Oh, seriously? Like, come on. I have so much more makeup to have to put on than you do. Come on now.
Yeah, I guess, but,
Oh, whatever. You can have it. Just whatever. Just do it. Just fine. So typical. I can't even.
Well, let's make it interesting. How about whoever gets the most likes by the end of the day gets the master bedroom?
On which platform? Because I've got way more Tumblr followers than you. I mean, I guess maybe Instagram might even it up a little bit, but I don't know. What do you think?
Fine. Tumblr it is.
Oh,
I give you your,
all right then.
your shot.
All right, then we'll see what happens.
We will see what happens. Garçon, sake, already. Bring it up.
Gonna be right up, sir.
Yeah. Just leave those. Just here in the living area. Oh, this place is great. Is that a fireplace?
Ooh, we should definitely turn that on later.
Oh, look at this view.
So, what's the first thing on your to-do list at the con?
All right. Well, I have to make sure that I go by the new booth for, where they have those things that I'm looking for.
Well,
New shoes for my Spike outfit.
Well, I'm sure you can find them. I have to still get ready. I've got that bullet wound to stick on.
No, we need to get out there quick. We can't wait. It's gonna take too long. Here's a tip. Get out of here. Make sure to bring that sake up. Quick, make sure it's hot sake.
All right, well, if you think we really need to get going that fast, then I guess I can take my stuff with me, but I really don't want to have to change in those nasty bathrooms.
Come on, it's Anime Con.
Fine, all right.
How's this going to go? Because I think this is a key. He wants to go out early.
Yes.
Looking at me. I think it's gonna go good.
Goes
Yeah,
well.
sure. Yeah.
Oh, it goes so well. Come on.
All
Katie,
right, fine. We'll
just
go.
paint a little blood on your mouth. No one will notice.
All right, whatever. I'll figure it out when we get there. Let's go get.
How
lunch.
about this? I'll even rep Zombie Moon with you. Come on, let's go.
Okay, I will take you up on that. Let's go. Get out of here. Come on.
Awesome. And they do. They take off early for the anime con, very early, before noon even, on a Thursday.
It's the hotel lobby. This convention center kind of takes place throughout this whole hotel complex. Like it takes over a few ballrooms. There's like a couple like girls in like cat girl maid uniforms, like playing cards in front of like the lobby desk. There's like a kid, wrapping tape around his foam weapon. There's like a mom like painting little Pikachu like red circles on her son's face before she puts his headband on with his ears. And the like you hear from like shaking the glass, it's like boom, 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 and it gets louder and louder, and the doors open, and just this posse, like kids dressed like Naruto guys, like a sweet, like voluptuous Misty rolls in carrying a little like egg Pokemon thing, whose name I'm forgetting.
Togepi?
Togepi.
Come on, man. There's
Um,
a sexy Bulma showing up as well. I'm gonna throw that out there.
There's like girls like rolling in on like demotorized scooters or whatever, wearing like goggles and pink wigs and hoisting their red guitar, and just like a whole cadre of all different cast of characters. Like from the back of them carrying this boombox, it's like playing this very bassy like hip hop like Samurai Champloo-esque like TV show theme song is like Nicolas Cage, and he's wearing his like kind of understated Japanese schoolboy uniform, and he's got a carrying thing, like a little like trolley thing with a few milk crates like strapped to it, full of like booze and board games, and he's got like a backpack that's like just got all these things sticking out of it, and they're rolling in, and all heads turn, and yeah, everyone's like, what? As one kid starts like breakdancing, and it's really bad breakdancing.
Is that Goku breakdancing?
A couple kids like break out their foam swords and start like bad sword fighting. Yeah, so we kind of like roll up on the lobby guy and go, "Got any rooms?"
We're all sold out, sir.
No. Listen, I've been coming to this for like 7 years now, and I always just get a room night of. Nicolas Cage, probably on the books. Me and my crew, we need like a double for the 10 of us with like a rollaway bed too, if you got it.
Sir, I'm sorry. I don't know if we have anything for you now. I can see if there was a cancellation, but it is a very busy time, unless you have a reservation.
Misty, did you call over before?
She's just sort of like looking at her phone, like flipping through the Instagram, like, what? Nicholas, like, we always have a room. What are they talking about? This is stupid. And she like looks up and kind of pushes her way to the front. Like, we always have a room. Like, just look again, because I'm sure there's a room there. Like, my name's Misty Marshall. Like, I mean, you guys have to have a room. You always have room for us.
I know, we're pulling sway here. Like, seriously, you have 2 heavy players. Like, we're bringing business to your hotel.
Do you see our posse?
We have
like,
10
we are
people
here.
who are going to take one of your rooms. That's like, think about all that money you'd be losing.
I can...
Excuse me, but y'all are holding things up. Can you get a move on, please? Some of us would like to actually check into the rooms that we booked, okay?
Oh, Baka.
I need to check with my manager.
Domi arigato, my good man.
How is this go for
I was
them?
going to
two?
go,
How is this go
Tiffany,
for them?
make the call.
I think it's gonna go poor.
Oh.
All right. The manager does come back, and he is like, first off, we wouldn't let 10 people stay in a room anyways. Like, number one. Number two, this show has been sold out. Like, we've sold this block of hotels. You should have purchased it through the convention's block months ago. Please go back and
Please leave.
So we step aside, and we're incensed. Like, a couple of the girls, like a lot of the crew starts crying. Doesn't matter. Gender non-specific. They just are like really upset and crying. Some are stamping away. And I just like reach in and grab a bottle of sake and crack it. I'm not going to stand for this.
You guys set a scene for Misty.
I'm kind of thinking like immediately after this. Like,
Sure.
y'all are kind of
Who else is in the scene?
I mean, I'm thinking we could be in the scene, and
Both of us?
like, well, what I'm thinking is that Katie knows Misty from Instagram
Is like a fan.
and is like a super fan.
Cool.
And,
Then,
like,
then let's play
running
that
in.
scene. So that's the scene then.
Yes. You and,
So
and
the
what is
scene
the
lobby?
right and
Crazy
what
filled lobby full of anime crazy fans.
and
But
and
some crying now.
yeah, there's like I mean it's just
It's
emotions are
pandemonium. Yeah,
across
emotions,
the board.
Right.
Emotions are high.
It's a disaster, and strongest emotion is the eye rolling from
Yeah.
the people who like
Yeah.
are the normies. in
Yeah,
the
the Nor
situation.
because there's like this weird performative crying, like the anime
Yeah.
crying.
like wah,
Like, yeah, wah, wah.
or
Like,
whatever.
there's but yeah, okay, and then you run up to Misty.
And the goal, like what you would want from this scene, would be to leverage this relationship to get a place to stay and potentially
And
to
you're interested in her.
I'm
maybe.
interested in her because she seems like she's super into gaming, and I've got this like secret business venture. thing I wanna
Exactly.
find. At this point, I've like, as we've been walking into this space, like Katie's been kind of like putting on some makeup and like trying to like, you know, get herself dolled up a little bit, and has kind of like adjusted her pigtails, and then she like looks across the room and sees Misty Marshall, who is like so big deal, like such a big deal, and goes running over. Oh my God, are you Misty?
And she's again like just incensed at the fact that this they don't have a room. She's kind of like listlessly like thumbing through her whatever social media, and she kind of like looks up at Katie and is like, "Yeah, that's me."
Oh my God, Misty, I love you so much. Your Instagram is amazing. And I love that you're super into gaming because I feel like this place is like super not as game friendly as it should be.
And this kind of makes her look up from her phone, and she's like, "Oh my God, look at you! Like, what are you like? Some kind of like Walking Dead character or something?"
Yeah, I know it looks pretty lame, but like I'm repping Zombie Moon. Have you heard about it yet?
No, what is that?
It's like this new show that's coming out, and I mean, I'm just doing it for work. Like, basically, I'm just trying to get here to like network and meet new people. And oh my God, I can't believe I ran into you. I
Yeah,
think you're
that's
so
like
great.
really cool. You're cute though. Like I don't know. What is this thing? Like some like I don't know. I mean, I'm not really that interested in like business or networking or whatever, but I don't know. I like games. Like what is the deal with this thing?
So I'm like really interested in building a new game that I think would be awesome. It's a co-op game. Like I'd love to talk to you more about it, but like right now it feels like kind of weird because like people are listening and like it seems like everybody here is kind of upset, and I don't know if I want to be around all these people. So I was wondering if maybe you want to come over and hang out with me and my suite later.
Oh, you have a suite?
Yeah, me and my brother are totally hanging out and we're so excited about it. It's super sweet. Like this suite is not only sweet, but massive and super lovely. And we have so much sake. My brother's older, so you know I can get
So, how's this gonna go for your character?
Spike's in the background taking pictures of him with other people going, and going, this is going to go on my Tumblr.
I think it's gonna go good. Yeah.
You're not gonna throw yourself under the bus. So how does it go
So,
good?
How does it go good?
So Misty is, like trying to contain her excitement, whatever, at, the prospect of having a place to stay. And she's like, "Oh my God, that sounds really totally cool," because like, honestly, I'm not even like that interested in like anime or whatever, but games are totally cool. And oh, is it cool like if my friend stays with us?
I mean, I can check in with my brother, but I'm sure it'd be
I
fine.
mean, it's totally cool because he's like super into games too, and I know that like he would totally be interested in whatever kind of stuff you have to say or whatever.
I mean, that sounds awesome. I think like yes. Like I don't even care what my brother thinks because it's super important that we talk. So let's just make it happen.
Oh my God, let's do it!
Yay! Oh my gosh, great. Okay, well like let's grab your stuff and we'll head up there.
Okay, so she, like motions to Nicholas and is kind of like whispers to him like, just be cool, whatever, just like tell everybody to get their stuff and like we're gonna like go hang out with this girl and like whatever, it's fine.
Okay. Hey, concierge, we're gonna need like 9 key cards to this suite.
I'm thinking that we're back in the suite. Like it's maybe been like 40 minutes and Spike is like pissed. at this point.
Okay.
That there's so many people in there.
Okay.
And they like just dumped their stuff too.
Yeah. they
There's
just,
like one guy just
drop their
sleeping on the
shit.
couch, but everyone
Yeah.
else just kind of like left.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. So I've been trying super hard to not have this conversation with Spike because I do not want to have to talk to him. So I've been like kind of like attempting to gab with like everybody else except for Spike, and like he drags me into the bathroom to be like, "Come here, I need to freaking talk to you."
Yeah,
right now."
and so we're in the master bathroom, in the master bedroom, and I basically like closed and locked all those doors. And I'm like, Katie, who the fuck are these scrubs who are in our suite?
I don't know all of them, but like 2 of them are super cool, and one of them is Misty, and she's like super amazingly awesome.
Misty Marshall?
Yeah, Misty Marshall. You know who she is, right?
Yeah. I know who
Okay,
Misty
so
is.
like, come on, obviously it's cool, right? I mean, we have all this space. Like, it's not like we were gonna use it anyways.
Yes, as long as they don't come in here, like this is gonna be our room, I guess. Then.
Well, thanks for being so nice, big bro.
Well,
It's so nice of you to let me
this
share
is
your
shitty.
space.
This is shitty, but you forfeited your claim to the master bedroom, so it's mine now. It's mine now.
All right, fine. Like, I get it.
But you may sleep in here, so you don't have to sleep with all those scrubs out there. But it's as long as they don't destroy anything. We'll see. Who are the cool ones?
Well, I think like Misty, obviously. I don't know. Her friend Nicholas seems like kind of cool, but like I don't know. He was kind of wearing a weird outfit, but I mean, he seemed like he kind of ran the group. So
Okay,
you
what
know.
kind of outfit is he wearing?
just like super tight, like kind of
Tight?
tight. Yeah, like a tight,
Like- like-
Japanese schoolboy outfit.
Oh, I was going a totally different way with that. Okay, a
Just
schoolboy
little-
outfit.
Just a little tight. You know?
That's kind of
I
cool.
could
That's
see
like
some
old
things.
school. That's old school.
Yeah.
Oh, you
but-
saw some things.
Well, girls notice things like that. Okay.
So that tight, huh? All right. Well, I guess if these guys are okay, but maybe we can just get rid of the other ones. Is that possible?
I mean, I kind of think, like, I didn't invite, first of all, I just want you to know that, okay? I didn't invite all of them. I only invited Misty and her friend Nick. I did not invite the rest of them. But, like, it seems like they kind of come with
Why did
them.
you invite them?
Well, because, okay, look, like, Misty is, like, super into gaming, and like, gaming is my thing.
Gaming.
I
Oh,
know. I get it. You don't
God.
like it. Whatever. I know. Anime is your thing, but
Anime-
gaming is my thing.
Anime and gaming don't go together.
Of
Don't you
course
know
they do.
that?
What are you talking about? Oh my god.
Oh my
Like, I can't believe we're having this
God.
conversation
Oh my
again. I can't
God.
even. I can't even.
We're at Anime Con and we're not at Anime Con right now.
Oh my god.
This is
like,
terrible.
do I like actually have to do something about these people, or can we just like chill and like let them just stay? Because clearly they don't have a place to stay.
How does this go?
I think it's gonna go well.
So I think what that means is I win in this case. So Spike's cool about it and is like, all right, fine. And he's been really sweet again about like giving me some space in the master bedroom, which is awesome. So we kind of like come to a truce that like at the end of the con, like I owe him big for this, but the reality is that he knows this is important to me, even if he's not super into all the gaming stuff.
We are finally at Anime Con. It is later that Thursday, probably around like 6 p.m., 7 p.m. at this point. Before people were going out, but people were still at the con mingling, and everyone's sort of showing themselves off for the first time. It's a lot like prancing, preening peacocks and ponies sort of stuff, and literal ponies as well. Well, maybe not literal ponies, John. More like people dressed
Like
up.
literal
as a
My
pony.
Little Pony.
Yeah,
Furries?
literal
Yeah.
My
Some
Little Pony.
furries?
Exactly. That's what I'm more. Thank you, John. Yes, that's exactly what I mean. And so AnimeCon is fucking badass. Not only is everyone dressed up, there's the vendor hall is off the chain, off the shoulder, off the hook, if you want to go that far back. There's so many amazing vendors selling costumes, selling t-shirts, all the different sort of sweet merch that you would want to get there. Crowns, weapons, all the different cool shit. I don't know, LED light up everything. So, that's going on. And then I think there are also like these sort of panels that are going on in sort of the some of the smaller ballrooms. And then there is obviously the tiered cosplay competition that's going on to sort of crown the cosplay champion of the con. And so everyone sort of is doing these sort of like you sign up for it and then you're randomly seeded into like a group basically. And so I think that this is going to be right after meaning Spike, has won the first round of his cosplay competition. And he's sort of taking his final bows. He's in full-on Spike mode now. He's got this sweet-ass blue suit on, this sort of orangish reddish tie, a yellow shirt. he and Nicholas have a sort of a oddly same sort of shape. Very thin, very lanky, and he's definitely pulling it off. I think Nicholas is in the crowd as this is going on. How is he dressed at this point?
He's still in his uniform.
Yes.
He's not. He hasn't made his change yet.
No
because
change.
he's not on for a while.
No, yeah, exactly. No change. I think as people are cheering and everyone's going nuts and very happy, I'm coming down. I'm like high-fiving with people. I'm like taking pictures with people, throwing up my little victory signs and my deuces. Saying tag me on Instagram, tag me, and just I'm working the crowd. And then I catch sight of Nicholas. I see him and I come to him. It's like I'm in this sort of like very gracious, effusive, like king in his court sort of vibe, and I sort of glide over to Nicholas. I bow to him, give him just this like little sort of not like a full waist bow, but like sort of just a head and sort of more of a chest bow. If that makes sense.
And Nicholas just like. Oh, and blushes, and the crowd, like the girls, are just like, they love it. They're eating it up.
Exactly. And I sort of take his hand and I sort of raise it, almost as if like in this symbol of that victory, that I'm sharing my victory for a moment with this man. And as I put the hand down, everyone's going nuts. All the ladies and the men's are all going nuts, and the girls and the boys as well. Who knows? Everybody, dogs and cats, who's there, are going nuts.
Yiffing.
Yeah, there's a lot of yiffing.
There's a lot of animal people.
Nice. This is a different type of con than I've been to. But that's cool.
You get all sorts.
I accept all sorts. Fly the flag.
Quite a few Sonics.
Fly that flag. Where the crowd is around us, and I sort of lean in and whisper into Nicholas's ear, "You need to make sure that we have a good time this weekend. That's the price for staying in the suite."
I think if we keep this up, we'll have it covered. And I hand him a bottle of sake.
Yeah. And I say,
like I just have like 2 bottles.
exactly. Just pass one over. And I say, this is going to be the start of something beautiful. And then I say,
Kampai!
And then I say, did you know that Nunu Beans is here this weekend? She's here. I didn't think she was going to make it. She has so many followers. So nuts.
You got to set your sights lower, man. There's so many.
No.
So many boys and girls with low self-esteem that are just ripe for the plucking.
Nicholas, Kampai. You are terrible. No, Nunu Beans. For me, the king.
Now, you know what? You don't need that. You need to just aim low. Yeah. Aim for the reflection of the stars.
You're terrible. You're a terrible person. I like you. And that's what I said still stands. Don't touch my sister. Don't fuck with her. And make sure we have a good time. And I know you will.
All right, man. All bets are off.
Kampai. And then we're drinking hardcore, like in public. We're just raising up sake bottles and drinking them. How does that go for us, you guys?
What do you want from this scene?
What
do you want from the scene?
What do I want from the scene? What I want from the scene is for the good times to keep rolling. So like it's this moment of effusion, this moment of I just won. I'm making this sweet pact with a new friend, and I'm drinking in public.
I mean, I think the drinking in public is the part that is like going to go poorly, not necessarily the friendship.
What that means is that, what I think happens is the security guards sort of show up, like just out of nowhere. But they're not like super scary. They're just like these sort of rent-a-cop sort of security mall sort of cops who show up. And they have their walkie-talkies, and they're like, "Oh, you can't do that here." The crowd disperses as we sort of like run away, and it sort of turns into sort of a fun game for us. We're laughing and stuff like that. It's obvious
we're no longer the crowd.
Exactly. The moment has passed.
And Katie's in the background snapping away from the tumbler.
Snapping away photos. And unfortunately, now we're on the radar of the security forces of the hotel.
All right. This is in the suite. Nicholas Kagan is in a mid-costume change. He's got his new costume laid on the bed because he's like in round 2 of this like costume competition. Yeah, he's in a towel, and he's like dyed his hair. So he's got a towel, and he's drinking like another bottle of sake. He's super flush and kind of like stumbling over to the bed to find his clothes. And that's when Katie comes in. He's in the master bedroom where he probably shouldn't be. And he turns and is like, "Oh, hey, how's it going?"
"Hey, I think you might want to get back out there because I need to quickly costume change right now. So how are you doing, though?"
Good, real good. I'm mid-costume change myself. Can I get you any, do you want a drink?"
Sure, why not? I'll have a little bit of sex.
All right, okay. And he like reaches behind the bed, like off to the side, just sort of. And there's already like he's got 2 bottles and hands you one.
Thanks.
Cracks
This is
one.
super nice. And, like pops it open.
Yeah, and they're these little like those little guys,
Yeah,
kind
the
of like
little
beer
guys,
sized
yeah.
almost.
So she kind of like leaves him alone for a minute and goes over and she grabs her like powder to powder her breasts, like a little bit more pale color. So she's over here like powdering away and like powdering her neck and it's like starting to pull on her pigtails to make them a little bit better and perky.
Yeah, and she glances in the mirror this butt and is like, "What? As he's like pulling on these pants that are way too tight, and he looks like he's gonna roll commando style in this
Oh,
too.
yeah.
Nicolas Cage doesn't mess around.
Kagan.
So he's pulling on these leather pants, and he finally like you kind of like hide your eyes. You turn around, and now he's like pulling on this like leather kind of like shirt jacket that's all open as well. So he's just like he's poured into this thing. He's super duper skinny. His hair's like frosted too. That's what it's like. He's pulled the foil out,
Yes.
so he's got like this frosted kind of like
Oh, that's the guy
blonde
that
blue.
frosted.
Well, it's blue
Yeah,
and then like
yeah,
a frosted
frosted.
like white tips or whatever. Yeah, he's affixing this like silver glowing blue pendant kind of thing. He's like, "How do you like my Ice King outfit
Yes.
from Asugan? You know, the story of ice and fire."
She's actually surprisingly impressed because at first she was like, what is this like pale ass doing in this room right now? And then turns around and is like, damn, he cleans up well in this suit. So she's kind of like, ooh, I kind of like it. I think you might have something here. Do you mind if I post? And like check in with him for a second.
No, this is only for IRL. Ice King is gonna roll on them.
Wow, you're really serious about your cosplay, huh?
If you want to win these contests, you need to be your character. You have to be your true self. You should do the same if you want to sell your zombie blood game.
Well, like that isn't really my like primary thing. Cosplaying is kind of just for work, you know.
There's no such thing as cosplaying. That's not your everything. Then you're just playing dress up.
Interesting. Tell me more about that.
uh,
How does that go?
how's this gonna go for you all?
I think it goes poorly for you.
Okay.
It doesn't
All
go
right.
well.
So he
Doesn't go well.
he takes that as like an
Not this
invitation,
time.
right? And sort of like does a little like lean in, and he's still very much in character. And his lean in, like he gets his pendant thing like caught in your pigtail, and like then sort of like slips in these pants because they're like this plasticky kind of like pleather, and he can't stay on the bed.
He slides
So
off
he
the
like
bed.
it like yanks you by the hair down, and you
Ow!
get like knock your head and against his, and he's like, "Oh my god!" Just sort of stumbles out of the room like.
It's gonna leave a bruise. I'll never win.
Ice King has perfectly pale flesh. You snapped my pendant chain.
Ice King pendant.
All right, there for ruining my Ice
Boom.
King costume.
Maybe we can come in like right at the end of that last scene, amidst kind of the chaos. Misty like strides into the master bedroom, of course, where like no one's supposed to be, whatever. She's kind of like, Nicholas, where's that other bottle of gin? I've been like trying to find it, and she just like breezes past the two of you and into the master bathroom, and just like door open, whatever, like pulls down her like jean jorts and is like just peeing and still like blabbing on in the toilet as she out of her mouth, not into the toilet. And just like, I couldn't find it. I like looked in all of your stuff and I couldn't find it. And when are you gonna be done with this costume thing? Because like I really like, I'm getting bored now.
I'm trying to stay in my character. It's just situations are tough. Look in the bathtub. I think I left I put a bunch of the stuff on ice in there.
It's just like tinkle, tinkle, tinkle. And then what's Katie doing?
Katie's like kind of off in the corner and frustrated right now because she had like a chunk of her hair pulled out during this whole thing. So she's trying to like fix her hair and she's like kind of like talking to herself like, I can't believe this freak. I can't. And like just trying to fix her hair. And then she's like suddenly realizes that like Misty's just like peeing in the bathroom and is like, dude, Misty, what the hell?
And she just sort of like stands up, goes about her business, and is like, I'm gonna go look for that thing. Like and then where did you put the blow? Because I can't find that either. And I'm just getting really bored. Oh, and like Kathy, like what happened to your hair? Like, is this part of like your like Walking Dead costume?
Oh my god, like I can't even like Nicholas really I can't. And then like she goes and she like doesn't want to say anything to Misty and like below anything about like, her potential connection, but she like texts Spike and is like, "Oh my god, Spike, like they have drugs."
All right. So then Missy is just like, she totally needs to find these drugs. She needs to find the booze. She's like a little bit, I don't know, like looking at Katie, and it's just like rear view now because like, she's like texting on her phone, and she's just like, "Oh my god, Kathy, like I didn't even notice that you have like a really cute butt."
Thanks, I guess. And she kind of like looks back at her and then is like, you're cute too, but I'm not gonna lie, like right now I'm just like kind of weirded out by the fact that you were just like peeing with the door open, okay? Like who does that?
Oh my god, Kathy, like
It's
this.
Katie.
Oh yeah, okay, Katie. Yeah, that's what I said. Oh my god. Oh my god, like that's just because we're friends, right? Like, oh my god, like we're sisters now, and like that's what sisters do.
Oh, okay. I guess I didn't realize that, like that's like a normal thing. And maybe I'm just like weird because I have a weird brother. I don't know.
Oh my god, Katie, like this is so awesome. And she like goes over to her and like gives her a big hug. And she's like, "I'm so glad we're like getting to be friends now. This is so great." Like later you could tell me like all about your like zombie game or whatever, but like I'm gonna go find that other bottle of gin. Like, do you want some?
And she kind of like does her little inner monologue.
Oh my god,
of,
you'd like totally have to come with me. And she like
Just
wraps her
grabs
arm
her.
around her and like brings her in the other
Yeah.
How's
room.
this
Well,
go?
yeah. What's the call on this? I think it's gonna go well.
Yeah, I
because they
think
should
so.
get drugs.
It makes sense.
So you go into the room and there's like sitting next to a couple of his bags is Nicolas Cage, and he's like, "Swipe left, swipe right, swipe right, swipe left."
Okay, Nicholas, where did you say? Okay, like in the bathtub, right? Like that's where you put the drugs.
No, I said, swipe left. Listen, I'm really busy. The Ice King doesn't have time for this. I put some of the colder booze in the tub, but not in the master bedroom. Look in one of my bags here, and I think that's where some of the, fun stuff is.
The
awesome.
snow ice cream.
And then so she's got her arm around Katie, and she's like, "Oh my god, Katie, you have to try this booze that we brought. It's like so delicious. It's like tropical and delicious." And she like roams around in Nick's bag, and she finds this like clear bottle from which like the label has been removed, and instead there's like a handwritten label, and it says like moon juice in like glittery fonts.
Ooh, this looks really cool. I'm super excited to try this with you.
Oh my god, it's gonna be so fun. Like you're gonna love this. She pours out some shots for them.
Indeed.
So I'm thinking we fast forward a little bit into drunken revelry.
Yeah.
Spike has been gone for a little bit.
Okay.
And then comes back to find his sister, who is 19, wasted.
And probably rolling a little bit.
Yeah, in
Yeah,
case
like
that wasn't
rolling.
clear.
Yeah,
from...
like definitely rolling a little bit. Like, and just, and like, so Baxter and Katie, like, this is like the first time she's done drugs. Like, she's had some drinks, but like, really hasn't like had a lot, mostly like at home, like, in her room with like a friend or something. Nothing like this, where there's like other people around, and she's trying super hard to impress Misty. So I think she and Misty are hanging out on the couch, and they're just both kind of like being lovey on each other because they're like really in like that like sensual space of like wanting to touch things. So they're just kind of like, "Hey, oh my god, I love you," and like kind of touchy feely on each other, and like kind of like patting like some of the guys on the back and stuff, and being like, "Oh, have some more. Oh, this is so great. Oh my god, I love this song." And then in comes Spike.
Is Nicolas Cage there as well?
No, he's down at the
No,
costume
he's
thing.
gone.
He's
He's not
like, he
there.
doesn't, he's like, don't, he would have been
Cool.
like, "Don't touch me."
Yeah, right.
mean-
Spike. Right. Spike's come back. Latest victory in the cosplay contest. The con has sort of been shut down to some degree. Like the programming is over, so it's like party times now. It's like after hours. So he comes back. The costume that he's wearing now is more like a I was just blown up by a bomb Spike. So all of his clothes are sort of in shreds and looks like they've been sort of burnt and made to look a little black in different places. But it also shows off his arms and sort of his body, his chest, and his sort of his calves, I guess, to some degree. Oh, he like comes in and looks around, and at first is all like, "Oh, the party started, all right!" And he's like looking around, and he's looking around for Nicholas, who's his drinking buddy. He hasn't seen his sister yet. She's on this couch watching anime on the huge
Kind of in
television.
like a pile of
Yeah,
people,
exactly.
Because there's
And
like a
so-
bunch of Naruto costume
Yeah,
kids
there's
like
a
lulled about.
bunch of different people here. He sort of comes around. He has a beer, and he sees this pile of people, and he just starts sort of laughing. He's sort of like, what are you doing? I said, "Oh, Misty, hey, how's it going?"
And Missy is just like brushing her fingers through Katie's hair. And it's just like, oh my God, Katie, your hair is so pretty. Like, this is such a pretty color. Like, it's so awesome.
Thank you so much. Ugh, I love your hair too, Misty.
Yeah, we're siblings, so I have the same sort of hair as well.
Oh my God, like, who is this guy,
Oh my
Katie?
God,
Like,
Spike, why are you
is
being
this...
so weird? Ugh,
This is
I'm
like-
sorry, Misty.
What are you talking about?
We're just having some girl time, okay? Can you like back away?
What? Girl time?
Yeah,
We're-
that's where like girls do stuff and weird like guys in their like beat up like I don't know cowboy apocalyptic uniforms like go and like do other things.
I'm surprised, Misty, that you don't recognize Spike Spiegel, the very classic character.
And she just sort of like whispers to Katie like, "Oh my God, what is he even saying? Like
Oh my
that's so
God.
nerdy."
But
You,
I
like,
guess
this
you're
whole
just
anime
too
bullshit is
into,
ridiculous.
role-playing games. Maybe that's what you should go and do somewhere else.
Actually, to be honest, like role playing games are a number one thing that I do, but I'm also very much into like the sensual art of like wearing beautiful cosplay for people and like having them admire me. Like, so you should just think about that.
Well, I know all about that, seeing as that I've won now my third competition of the day, and I show my sort of inside of my jacket with all my sweet ribbons, and I'm like, you better step up your game if you're going to try and win this convention.
Oh, well, I mean, medals are cute, but like it's not the same as like cash, right? And honestly, like, I mean, that's really cool that you like won that cute little thing and you can like put it on your wall, like in your room at home, right? Like, that's cute.
And Katie starts cackling. She got you.
And I'm like, Katie, not cool.
Well, it's true. You know it's true. Like,
You're the one who brought all these skeezy people into our suite.
Skeezy Misty is awesome. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, like whatever your name is, like we're having fun here and you're totally harshing our everything, right? Like if you're gonna have that negativity, maybe you should just leave because everyone
Yeah,
here is
Spike.
having a good time.
Yeah, Spike, maybe you should just like go elsewhere.
How does this go?
Oh,
it
it's
goes
not
so
really
bad.
good.
for
I
you,
want
Katie.
parody going into.
So bad for you.
Oh.
Wow, what does that mean?
I think what that means is that I think Spike's gonna blow up a little bit.
Blows up a little bit.
Yeah. So how would Spike blow up in this?
I think in this particular situation, when Spike blows up, he doesn't get loud. He gets really quiet. And so he says, all of you are in my room, and if you don't leave soon, things are going to get really bad. So if you want a place to stay, better fucking figure it out. And that's the end of Act
All right,
1.
So now we're going to roll up our die and generate our tilt. So we've generated our tilt. We have tragedy, confusion followed by pain, and mayhem, magnificent self-destruction. We'll interrupt our story here and resume in our next communique. I was one of your players, John Holt. You can find me on Twitter at Lord Joho, and you can find me on Instagram at board_ghost. You can find my other podcast about media review stuff at newtoyoushow.com. New to You Show, the podcast. Ken, where can people find you?
Yeah, you can find me all over the interwebs, but at Berlingsbeard, BERLINGS Beard on Twitter, and that's my website as well, where you can see all the other projects I'm doing, D&D related.
So, Tiffany, where can people find you?
You can find me across all social media channels at Tiffany E. Cook. E as in Elizabeth.
All right. And Dee, where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitter at MixNerdMXNURD.
Thank you guys for playing again. We'll come back next week and wrap this up. To learn more about the players and the engine in our story, please visit boardghost.com. You can attempt to pierce the veil and contact us at BoardGhostWorld on Twitter. Shout out through the ether if you have desires we can fulfill. Leave reviews and comments on iTunes or your preferred listening portal. And please take a moment to subscribe so you don't miss out on the latest episodes. We'd like to thank Pat Couples for our theme song and interlude music. You can find more about Pat at patcouples.tumblr.com or on his band's website, hotelsandhighways.com. If you're not alone in the void, share our stories. The more they are consumed, the truer they become.
Dying, don't agree with me.